Hi, it's been quite a while since I last vlogged. I think months and months, and I'm really sorry about that. I know I did mean to make this quite a regular thing, but not a lot has happened, like mental health wise. So, a few months ago, I got discharged from the community mental health team with my care plan, and just advised to ring them if I'm not feeling so great. And if I'm feeling really, really bad, like in crisis, then hopefully I'll be allocated a CPN again. To be honest, I've been avoiding getting in contact with mental health services. That's been my way of coping, and I know it's not a healthy way of coping, not for the most part anyway. But yeah, I'm a bit disappointed in myself because I've been avoiding so much. But I suppose I haven't wanted to get to that point where I'm really anxious and panicky, and I really didn't want to get to a point where I was feeling suicidal and self-harming, like badly again. But I feel very limited with what I can do as well, like how I function, what I do by myself, like in terms of getting out of the house and stuff. So yeah, I eventually got to the point where I'm like, okay, this isn't good. I've got to stop avoiding things. And I was having a think about what kind of issues I want to work on, because I finally got to a point where I can name things like that specifically, rather than just saying I want to feel better. Now I'm sort of accepting the depressive feelings, and the aripiprazole is helping my mood swings a bit, so that's good. But a particular thing that I really need help with, that I haven't addressed really, is my anxiety, and in particular anxiety with going out the house, like travelling anywhere. It's been years since I've taken a bus, a taxi or a train by myself, and that's trying to explain like why that is. It's just I've been so anxious. Like last time I was on a train, I had a panic attack because I had to change trains at a station and I couldn't find the right platform, and I nearly broke down. It was really bad, and I ended up about an hour late to meet the person I wanted to. Luckily they were okay about it because they know me, but yeah, it's not good, and I think that put me off going on trains. And there's also anxiety with being in groups of people, so that's why I haven't taken any classes or anything. I'm actually signed up to Slimming World online, and just a few pounds and that I want to get off. And my mum's also with Slimming World, but she goes to the groups, and she was saying like, would I like to come to the groups? Apparently the leader of her group said I'd be very welcome. But it's the idea of sitting in a room where I've got to be quiet, and it's a bit rude to leave the room to go to the toilet or whatever, and I have to listen to this person, and it doesn't sound like a big deal really to anyone who doesn't get that sort of anxiety, but to me that's really panic inducing. So, and there's so many situations where you could be in a group, in a room, stuff like that. So say if you're taking a class or something, or there was a meeting you wanted to go to, something like that, and I can't do those things because I get too panicky. And even like group situations where you could leave when you want, it's not a big deal. So cinema, going to the shop, going to a coffee shop, to a restaurant, that sort of thing, I still get anxiety with that. I can do it, but I get very anxious beforehand, and I'm always very self-conscious as well, so I want to be better with that. But I suppose the main thing I want to do at the moment is be able to travel by myself, so I can do more with my life, I can meet more people, and just be a bit happier, I suppose. So, because I'd been avoiding things, like loads of things basically, I hadn't really been doing anything that would cause me to feel more anxiety than usual, because I didn't want to feel that way. So it makes sense in a way, but I'm never going to move past it unless I actually face it. So because I'd been avoiding, I suppose I didn't really feel too bad. Like, the depression wasn't too bad, the mood swings weren't as extreme. So this is sort of my baseline feeling. And I felt, well, okay, I'm not functioning great in terms of getting out of the house, but in terms of generally how I am, I'm not too bad. So maybe I'm not ill enough to contact community mental health services. But what I did think when I eventually got to the point where I want to start addressing my anxiety and seeing what I can do about it, there's the primary care team, so it'll probably be CBT again. So I got in contact with the main mental health services. It's called the Access team now, I think it's changed a bit. And they sent me the self-referral leaflet. So that's where I am at the moment. Sorry, just seeing what else I meant to say. I'm sure there's something I've left out. Okay, so I tried yesterday and I tried today ringing them, and I still haven't been able to get through. But I've left a message a couple of times and hoping that they actually ring back. What it said was, when you ring the number, it says from 9 till 4:30 Monday to Friday, the phones are unmanned, so leave a message and they'll get back to you. And I'm wondering, well, will they be there after 4:30? I mean, you never know, they might be there till 6 or something. Or there till 5, so it's half an hour where I could hopefully get in contact with them. And so even though I've rang today a couple of times, I'm going to ring after 4:30 and just see if I still can't get through to them, and if they're still not calling back. I'm not sure what to do. I'm not sure whether to just contact secondary care again, the community team again, or what. But there's also, in terms of avoiding things, there's also, if you remember a few videos back, I might have mentioned about when I was 19, I had an abortion. And even saying the word makes me feel really panicky. And seeing any discussion about that kind of thing, especially stuff to do with pro-life, or anti-choice as I call it, it just really, really triggers me. It stays with me for ages. I might get flashbacks. I don't think it's bad enough to call it post-traumatic stress disorder, because I think I'd be having it a lot more often. But it's definitely some sort of trauma that I need to get to grips with, need to deal with. And apparently there's a charity called Cruise, that's like a bereavement charity. And I've still got to get in contact with them. I'm not sure if I'm ready to yet, because I know it's going to put, discussing things, it's going to put me in a position where I'm really, panicky, feeling very vulnerable, maybe feeling unsafe. So it's kind of risky. Well, it is risky, facing that, but it's something I need to do because I do want to move on from that. So I don't know if I'll do it just yet, or maybe I'll just contact them and explain and just take it really slowly. I don't know. But yeah, this is where I'm at the moment. So main things are, I want to address my anxiety, and I'll probably be doing that through the primary care team. and I'm guessing it's going to be CBT. It's always CBT, isn't it? And I'm not completely against doing CBT again, because in the past they wanted to focus more on my suicidal feelings, but for me CBT doesn't help me with that. If anything, self-compassion work helped me with that, and I wish it hadn't been such a short lot of sessions. I feel like I've been discharged from CMHT a bit too soon, really, in terms of addressing certain things. But anyway, I digress. So it'll be primary care, it'll probably be CBT, but I'll be vlogging again once I get my appointment. So I'll let you know what happens. Okay, so that's it for now. Hi again, I'm sorry I've been so terrible at vlogging, and hopefully soon I'll be back to vlogging a bit more regularly. Okay, so I will see you soon.